Well, the action continues here at X Games Aspen 2025. The sun is set behind the mountains. We fire up the lights, and we are getting ready to kick off Monster Energy Women's Ski SuperPipe Playoffs. It's a format change out here in 2025. It is a packed house here at Buttermilk, and these people have been waiting all day to see the women of ski throw down in the pipe. Welcome inside the booth, everyone, or should I say the platform, as they have us elevated here in the corral. I'm Jimmy Coleman, that's Maggie Boyce, and we get to take you through your journey of Monster Energy Women's Ski SuperPipe out here tonight. And we're going to tell this story a lot. We're going to say it again, the big story tonight. Your defending gold medalist and your heavy favorite, Eileen Gu, not in the mix tonight.
It's such a bummer. I mean, Eileen is the strongest half-pipe skier, no doubt, hands down. I mean, look at this. This is one of her tricks from last year. Back-to-back alley-oop fives. I mean, she is a force, and I'm so bummed that we will not be seeing her. Here's her crash from street style today. Super uncharacteristic of Eileen. Just over-rotating this backside 540 and slamming. We were really thankful. Now you can see, yeah, she got up off her feet, but I mean, she has to be hurting and wasn't quite able to shake it off and get into the half pipe tonight. We really hope to see her on the slope course tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tough to wrap your head around that on such a tight turnaround. So she is out of the competition here tonight. So does that pave the way possibly for last year's silver medalist, Zoe Adkin?
I mean, I think so. Like you mentioned, our last year's silver medalist, who I know is hungry for her second gold, which she earned in 2023. She's such a strong rider with a lot of variety in her run, spinning all four directions, and her amplitude out of the pipe is thrilling to watch. And she might also have a new trick for us tonight. So let's hope we see it.
We will have to see. We'll talk about that format change in just a bit, but now let's send it down to the third member of our crew. It's Kristen Beat.
Maggie, you're absolutely right. The gold medalist in 2023, Zoe Adkin, told me for the last 2 years she has been developing a new trick. Guys, for 2 years, she's been workshopping those mechanics. For 2 years, she said she has been overcoming the fear of committing to that trick in competition. But she told me tonight she is finally ready to showcase that trick here at X Games Aspen. Now, I also checked in with her physio, Tess, who told me she is feeling good. And guys, if practice is any indication as to what we can expect, the stars are aligned for Zoe Adkin to go for gold here tonight.
We will see how it all unfolds over the course of the next hour here. We've got 8 in the lineup out here tonight. We've got an X Games rookie coming in off the list at the last minute. You got Kate Gray, and then there's Zoe down there, Amy Fraser, Cassie Sharp. You got Hannah Fallhaber, the local favorite out here. Pick out a couple of your standouts here tonight to possibly make the podium.
Yeah, although Eileen is out, I mean, one person I want to highlight, of course, is Cassie Sharp. She is no stranger to the X Games SuperPipe and already has 5 medals in this discipline. We haven't seen her at X Games since 2021, but Cassie, it's good to have you back, and I cannot wait to see what she has to offer, along with all these other incredible ladies in the field.
So this is how it works in 2025. We keep teasing that things have changed here this year. This is the playoffs. What does that mean? Everyone's going to get 2 runs out here tonight, and then we basically cut the field in half after that. The top 4 are going to advance. Then they're going to go into the final, where they will run in reverse order as to how they were scored from that playoff, and then they'll get 2 more runs in that final, and that's how we will determine our medalist here tonight. They're going to be running off a 100-point scale, and it is the best run that counts, whether it's playoffs or in the final. And that shot right there, Maggie, gives you an idea of just how enormous this SuperPipe is out here at Aspen Snowmass.
Look at it. It's beautiful, and it is perfection. This is the best half pipe of the season, and the girls absolutely love how it is riding. From day one, they were starstruck, and I cannot wait to see what goes down.
They get 22-foot-high walls on this thing. It is an absolute monstrosity. There you go, little light show to get it going, get everybody into the mix out here, and it looks like we are just about ready to kick things off. We're going to start it off with Kate Gray. I'm not sure how close it was to comp time when she actually found out that she was in this event with Eileen withdrawing, but here we go. Her first ever X Games appearance representing Mammoth Lakes, California, 18 years old. She is going to get us started out here tonight.
Kate is not afraid to give it all she has, and like we mentioned, as an X Games rookie, you have absolutely nothing to lose. I mean, you might as well come out and give it all you've got. But I am just so pumped that she got a spot in here. I was talking to her, you know, in practice the last few days. She didn't think it was going to happen, and I know she is ecstatic. This is her first X Games. It is a dream come true.
Yeah, you get at the last minute, and you get to set the pace, set the bar, if you will. Again, this part, the first part of the equation here in playoffs, you just want to make the 4 cut, cutting the field in half, trying to get into that final. You see her up there at skier's left, getting ready to start off this first run, going through the motions. in her head. And here we go. We are in Monster Energy. Women's Ski SuperPipe is underway here at Aspen Snowmass.
All right, here she comes, starting us off with a big 540 to the left side. And mirroring that with a 360 coming in switch. With the switch down the pipe, 720. What does she have here? Oh, a massive straight air, tweaking it with the safety, and then finishing it off with a beautiful flare. Oh, I mean, X Games rookie, land your first run. I mean, and also, too, the strategy with this new format is really interesting. I'm not quite sure how these females have felt about it. I had a couple conversations, and it's definitely different. It's pretty unique. And, I mean, do you give it all you have? Or do you play it safe? I mean, what are the other competitors doing? It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, with only 2 runs to get into that top 4, I mean, you got a 50% chance, basically, at that point. I mean, she managed, the height was consistent here for this first run.
Yeah, let's also talk about that. What are the judges looking for? I mean, it's amplitude, like you just mentioned, and can you keep that amplitude down the pipe? It's variety of tricks, difficulty, and execution, and then the overall fluidity of the run.
So there you go, your X Games rookie getting the last minute nod to perform here tonight. Puts in first run there with a 72.33 as we work off the 100-point scale tonight. Now we switch gears to a Chinese competitor. This is Feng Wei Li. This is her second X Games appearance. The last time we saw her here at the X Games, it was back in 2020 where she finished 8th here in SuperPipe.
Oh, I can only imagine she is so excited to be back.
First skier from China to compete at X Games Aspen 2020. She was the youngest at 16 back then in 2020 as well.
Drop it in for us here. See what she's gonna start us out with. A massive air to fakie, I love it, with the mute grab. Into the switch, 540. With the left, switch 7. All right, this run is shaping up with a big 540 to the right side. Left side, 720. What has she got here for us at the bottom?
Get one last hit.
Oh, she held on to it with another switch right 720. I mean, she had so much variety in that run.
She got an extra hit in that run. She had 6, whereas we saw Kate only get 5 in that first run. But again, the highest 10 feet 2, average about 7'9".
Yeah, it's interesting. You'll kind of see sometimes the girls who get higher amplitude might not have as many hits. They're going a lot higher, maybe traveling down the pipe quite a bit more. So, you know, amplitude, but if you can also squeeze in another hit there, it's awesome. Great first run.
Yeah, it looked like she lost some of the speed, going into that second hit, but she managed to bump it back up and maintain, so she'll check into the mid-80s there with an 85. That'll jump her ahead of Kate. So not a bad start here to Monster Energy Women's Ski SuperPipe. Remember, the thing to remember here tonight, it's only the top 4 that go into the final. So the first part of the job to get done here, you got to make it into that 4-person final. Then we do it all over again before we hand out some medals. This is Svea Irving from Winter Park, Colorado. She owns a SuperPipe bronze from 2 years ago, back in 2023. This is her 4th X Games appearance.
I love Svea's style. I love how she skis the pipe. She's got very unique tricks, really defined grabs. And I'm really excited to see her out here tonight. I know she kind of tweaked her knee earlier in practice and she wasn't quite sure, but here she is, ready to go. With this big alley-oop flat 5. I love how she starts that off. And another big 540 to the left. And the right side 720. Into the switch 360 mute grab. What is she gonna have here at the bottom? Another right side 540. And then a big left side 900 Svea. That was incredible.
The height had dipped out in the middle of the run, but then they cap it off at the end at 9'4".
Well, I'd love to see it. Yeah, keeping your amplitude is all about how you ride the pipe, how you ride the transitions, really pumping it, really staying clean through the flat bottom. And Svea showed us that she lost a little bit of height, but gained it back on those last few hits right here with this left side 900.
That is tough to do, though. Once you lose the speed and the height becomes an issue to try to fight through. I mean, it's a quick run. I mean, you get 5-6 hits on the walls there to try to fight through that to get the height back up. That'll put her in that number 2 spot. She'll check into the 80s, 81 flat. That'll put her just behind Feng Wei Li.
I forget I can give out some love. Yes, Svea! I'm right here on the sideline, so.
I think she forgot we were sitting right here. That was a new development as of last year. I think you scared her a little bit when you did that. Now we go to a hometown favorite here. This is Hannah Fallhaber, born and raised in Basalt. Missed Aspen 2024 with an injury, had to watch this one from the sidelines. Hannah, we are happy to have you back in the lineup. She owns a bronze in this event from 2022. She's in for her first of 2 attempts in the playoffs.
All right, Hannah, first X Games run in over a year, doing that massive big air of hers right into the left side 900. Is she gonna mirror that? Nope, she's got the flare, right side flare. Oh, it looks like something
didn't like the landing on there?
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I mean, once again, like you mentioned, I cut you off almost in the beginning.
You're allowed to do that. That's why you're in that chair.
Yeah, she is coming back from an injury. And, you know, physically, you know, it's tough, but also mentally it's really a battle. And I had a couple conversations with her. You can see something seems a little...
She looks in pain right there.
She looks like she's a little bit in pain.
She's wincing a bit, but with the way the format is, it puts you in the pressure seat now because you've only got one more run here in the playoffs to get into that final. Rachel Karker was definitely filed up. X Games week is underway. Let's go, and she is due in next. She's a 4-time ski SuperPipe medalist. She's podiumed in all 4 X Games SuperPipe starts. She's got 2 bronze, 2 silver.
Oh my gosh, love, love, love Rachel Karker skiing, and she obviously is such a consistent rider, especially after hearing that stat. We missed her last year. She had some back issues and actually missed the entire season, not just X Games. And I talked to her last night. She said she's feeling good, you know, managing a little bit of pain, but she's just overall so excited to be happy and to be back in the X Games SuperPipe. Starting us off with the big 900. What has she got for here? Into the 720, left side. Coming in switch. Yep, switch alley-oop right here. Kind of losing a little bit of amplitude, but still, nonetheless, such a strong first run. She's got a big flare here. And what does she have on this last hit? With another 900 to the left. Yes, Rachel, it is so, so good to have you back here in the X Games SuperPipe.
Talked about her X Games pipe medal stats. She also owns a bronze medal in pipe from the Olympics back in 2022 in Beijing.
That's right. I mean, once again, such a strong and consistent skier from Rachel. Showing us she has so much amplitude on these first 2 hits. You can see that she kind of had a little check there, which is why I think she might have lost a bit of amplitude, but the technicality of her run overall is unmatched.
She also got a degree from the University of Calgary last year.
Hey, I mean, the thing is, if you're out with an injury sometimes, you know, how do you keep yourself busy and going to school? That's one of the best ways to do it.
Well, with that 77, that'll bump her into the cut for now, so she goes into that number 3 position. So it's a 72.33 is the bubble, because only the top 4 out of this playoff round are going on into that final. These girls are really brave, says Wild Mad Mark. That is an understatement. I mean, you see this thing and it looks huge on TV. When you stand here and look at this with your own 2 eyes, I mean, 22-foot walls are no joke, and this thing is solid ice, and these girls are sending it. As we take our first look here at Cassie Sharp.
Here she is. Cassie hasn't been in the pipe since the X Games pipe, pardon me, since 2021, but she is back strong, starting it off, mirroring it with back-to-back 9s. Such signature for her. Oh, the air to fakie Japan, I love it. So much style. With the switch 360, what is she gonna give us here at the bottom? Yep, her massive flare. I know she has a 10, but will she just give us, yep. Just doing back-to-back flares. So I know she has a 1080, usually at the bottom of her pipe hit, but I think her strategy is land a run, get into finals, and then bump it up from there.
Yeah, maybe looking, just seeing how things have unfolded thus far. She does own 2 golds in this event. She got one in 2016 in Oslo and one again here in Aspen 2019.
Yeah, she's no stranger to this half pipe. And here we have it, one of her left side 900. And then the massive flare at the bottom, kind of reaching back, trying to grab her tail. Great first run.
You just need at this point better than a 72.33 to put yourself into that final. We still have 2 skiers to go in the run order. Then we go back up the top. So Cassie's going to check into the 80s. 82.33. That'll put her in that number 2 position. So now that puts Kate Gray on the outside. And Rachel Karker is in that bubble spot for now.
And yes, she actually has a beautiful young daughter who's out here. Her mom is babysitting. And this is, I think I read maybe the first half pipe event that her daughter has been able to watch.
She's all bundled up and getting the show out here tonight as we bring in Amy Fraser. She owns a bronze medal in this event from just last year.
This first hit from Amy is so impressive. The switch 900, she is the only girl to drop in switch into the half pipe. I probably shouldn't say that quite yet, but she's known for it. Such a strong run so far. She's got a big flare for us here. All right, the right side 900, and what does she have at the bottom? Left side 900.
Oh, does she hang on? Oh, into the snowfin. Hey, that's a make. She hung on. She did not go down.
She landed with no pipe left, right into the barrier. Yeah, Amy, look at that smile. I love it.
that was chaotic, but my goodness.
Here she is. Oh, the switch 900. She's one of the only females to do this trick in the field currently. Rumor is, though, Zoe Atkin might throw it. So we might see this trick 2 times tonight from 2 different females.
I mean, look where she's taking off right here.
She's no
You're on
pipe
the last
left.
bit of the wall.
But she's committed to her run. She's like, I have back-to-back 9s that I need to mirror. Oh, my goodness. Way to hold on to that.
I mean, she was running out of... She was running out of room because the snow fence came up super quick. She gets an 83.66, so
yeah,
Amy puts
Amy.
herself into that #2 spot.
Woo!
So now it's Svea Irving sitting on the bubble in the transfer spot with an 81, with 1 more skier to go here in round 1 of 2.
Look at that excitement.
We've been ski SuperPipe playoffs. Wow.
Yeah, Amy. Yeah, Cassie. Woo! Yeah, ladies.
You got a stick mic over there. You can get in there. Don't be scared of that thing.
I've got a question for you. You absolutely held on to that run at the bottom. You were committed. Tell me about that.
I've been doing my squats. There was no way I was going to let that. The fence was in my way. I was not in the fence.
We love it. We can't wait to see you again. Good luck.
You tell that fence who's boss. This is your competition. That fence is just... It's just extra. Get out of the way, snow fence. Here we go. Zoe Atkin. You know... Throw a little stat out there. We always talk about Eileen Gu and going to Stanford. Zoe Atkin is also a student at Stanford. She is a junior, and she's thinking of majoring in symbolic systems. And if you're wondering what that is, it's basically the study of thinking. So basically, it's a system like a brain, but for computers.
Well, I just learned something tonight. Thanks for sharing.
Hey, you're welcome. We're here to watch cool things and learn.
Here we have it.
With the height for Zoe.
Yep, I love this trick. The 540 mute grab, she absolutely boosts. Going with the right side 720 into the switch 7. This is shaping up to be an excellent run. Come on, Zoe.
Still hanging up
540
there.
to the right.
Almost in the 10-foot reach in here in the last
Alley-oop.
run.
What does she have for us at the bottom? A big switch 7. Yes, that was such a good run. And one thing I want to highlight again with Zoe Atkin, you know, other girls in the field are also doing this, but she is known for spinning all 4 directions. And once again, when I go back to what the judges are looking for, it's all about that variety and that amplitude on this first hit. That's, yes, thank you, this is what I wanted to see. I mean, check that out. She's going like 10, 11 feet above the pipe, but we have to remember, this wall is 22 feet. That's 33 something feet above the ground.
Yeah, that first hit is crucial. When you get a good setup, you get a good pop like that, and it sets you up for the rest of the run with the height.
And keeping that amplitude throughout the run. Heck yes, Zoe, love to see it.
Silver medalist from last year. She was your gold medalist from 2023. And she goes to the top of the leaderboard here in the playoffs with an 89 to put her in that top spot. So now it's Cassie Sharp sitting on the bubble of the transfer. For those of you just joining us, only the top 4 advance to the final.
Well, for those like, oh, mom giving her some love. It's the best when the parents come out and support you. I mean,
Yeah,
it depends who you talk to, but.
Right there at the base of the pipe when you come out of your run. So it's your silver medalist from last year sitting in the top spot for now. It's Feng Wei Li sitting in position 2. Amy Fraser and Cassie Sharp holding on to the remaining transfer spots. Round 1 is in the books. We still have round 2 to go. It's best run that counts. Top 4 move on to the finals. We'll have round 2 when we come back to Buttermilk. kind of the key and why we keep talking about the height factor and how hard it is, or how key it is to maintain that throughout the entirety of your run. This is where we stand here after round 1 of 2 here in the playoffs. As we talked about, your silver medalist from last year, Zoe Atkin, sitting in that top spot. And then you got Feng Wei Li sitting in second, Amy Frazier, and Cassie Sharp. But just on the outside looking in, Svea Irvin, I mean, there's not much separation there between Cassie and Svea, and they're all going to get one more run here. And it's the best run that counts, 100-point scale. So
yeah, those top 5 scores, I mean, all in the 80s, they're all nipping at each other's heels. They all want to go from the playoffs into the finals and get the chance to podium here tonight. Starting us off with a big 900.
And just
not
washes out, just has a kind of back seat on that one.
It looked, yeah, a little back seat. And honestly, when someone, even the landing's messed up, it's all about the takeoff. And if the takeoff isn't set properly, then the landing, unfortunately, isn't going to come around to your feet quite like you like it to. But she's a rookie. She's throwing it down. She's giving it all she's got. And that's what we love to see out here at X Games.
So you come into this and you're hanging out and you think you're just watching, and then literally 45 minutes at the most, maybe before the comp, you find out that you're in. And you have to ski first.
Well, no,
the pressure of that alone. Good. Welcome to the X Games, Kate.
No, absolutely. And I think one of the most important things at X Games, too, when you are an alternate or you're a backup, you need to train, though, like you're in the contest, because you do. You just never know. And I mean, once again, it's the X Games. You want to be as prepared as possible, even if you're not 100% in.
So we move on to China's Feng Wei Li, her second X Games appearance. We mentioned this in the first one. Her prior finish here was 8th in SuperPipe. She's sitting in that number 2 spot here.
She had such a solid first run. I'd love to see how she's going to build up from here. So here's the switch 540 with the switch left down the pipe 7. Oh, with a massive 900, holding on. The left side 7 and finishing up with one last big switch hit and a big switch 7. That was an incredible run. I'm curious to see what the judges do with that score. It seemed like she had a little bit of a bobble in the middle of the run, kind of between the transition.
I mean, she's still maintained that. Do you see where the highest 10-foot
right.
That was one of the last. That was the third to last hit in the run, though. That's impressive. You come back after that.
Like they said, amplitude is king. I got a little caught up on the overall fluidity of the run, but nonetheless, I mean, she still has such an incredible score, and you can only build up from here, you know, if you're in the final. And like I said, it's just more repetition. That's what it's all about.
Well, if you get into that final, it's a clean slate. The scores that you get here in the playoffs, everything resets to 0. Oh, into the 90s! Feng Wei Li jumps to the top and overtakes the top spot from Zoe Atkin.
There you go. Once you, like they mentioned, amplitude is king, and she absolutely had it dialed throughout her entire run. Wow. Look at that. I love the energy from the crowd. That's such a fun part about X Games. And even this half pipe, you just get to ski out back to the snowmobiles, into the crowd, and get to feel all the love and energy from everyone here watching.
She hasn't been here since 2020. She finished 8th in 2020.
Right.
And here, you know, 2025, and she's only one of the 90s. That was huge. And if you're the top scorer coming out of playoffs, you get to ski last going into the final, because it's reverse order. So whoever finishes 4th here skis first, so on and so forth. So that's an extra huge point.
It's a huge, huge advantage. And why is that an advantage? Well, the rest of the field skis before you. You know what's gone down. You know what you need to do. And also, too, if you end up winning, you get a victory lap, which is super fun.
Here we take our second look at Svea Irving. Look at the separation between her and Cassie Sharp. Svea on the outside with an 81. Can she bump up?
All right, Svea. Massive alley-oop, flat 5. Into the big 900. Oh, come on, Svea. Here we have, 720. Holding on to that, not quite as clean as her first run, but still keeping it together. The big right side 540. What does she have for us at the end? Another big, going for the 1080 and not quite getting it around. Oh, such a bummer. But I mean, still, I love to see that these ladies are going for it. I mean, that's what it is all about. But definitely a tough pill to swallow when you know that you're sitting kind of in that bubble and not going to have another opportunity.
Yeah, that's it. That's the thing. In the past, when it was just straight final and it was 3 rounds, best run counts. This one, you've only got 2 cracks at it here.
You're right. And here we have it. I think is this her 1080 attempt? Yeah, just not, like I said, she just didn't get enough pop off of the lip and get that full rotation around. Once again, the takeoff is everything in a trick.
Yeah, so she'll finish out in 5th, so Cassie Sharp hangs on in that bubble spot for now. So this is Monster Energy Women's Ski SuperPipe Playoffs. There's 2 rounds of runs here. It's the best run that counts. In a field of 8, it's the top 4 that will move on into the finals. Once you get into that final, the top 4, the scores reset. They run in reverse order as to how you qualified in that top 4. Again, they'll get 2 runs in that final, and it's the best run that hopefully has you standing on the podium out here tonight in Aspen, Maggie.
Absolutely, and here we have it right here, Cassie Sharp. She is no stranger to this X Games half pipe, and now we're on to our next competitor, Rachel Tucker.
I was told that Hannah Fallhaber has pulled out of the competition, so we move on to Rachel Carter, who is on the outside looking in right now. She's in that number 6 spot. She had a 77 flat that first go around here.
All right, she is such a strong skier. I know she is capable of having a score high in the 80s, 90s. So let's see if she has what it takes to land this last run. Just a little bit smoother, I think, is all she needs. Dropping in.
Starting this one off from skiers, right? And here we go. Rachel Carter.
All right. She's going to give us her big 900 to the right side. Yes, with that Japan grab. Love to see it. All right, left side 720. Switch left alley-oop. And that massive flare. Come on, keeping that. Got to keep that amplitude up. And I think she has one more hit for us right here at the bottom. With another big left side 900. I mean, that was a great run. I definitely think that was a huge improvement from her first run, but we'll see what the judges have to say about it. Kind of giving us that, I don't know, but still, Rachel, it's really great to have you back at the X Games. She has absolutely pushed the progression of women's halfpipe over the last few years with her massive rotations and big airs. And here it is, one of her big flare grabs, reaching down, tickling the boot, trying to get that ski. And then here's her last hit with the left side 9, reaching back for the tail and stomping effortlessly.
She needs better than an 82.33 to overtake Cassie Sharp. Cassie coming up next, by the way, if she does get bumped out. So no, she's not going to improve. So she will stay in 6th. That'll be the first time that she's ever competed out here and not made the podium.
Yeah, that can sometimes be a tough pill to swallow, but like we said, she was dealing with some really serious back stuff last year. So I think just to get back in the mix at X Games is a huge accomplishment. But
we have 3 skiers left to go, and they're all in. So you got Cassie, and then you got Amy Fraser, and then Zoe Atkin, and they're all in. So this one is now all about just shuffling to see what order you're going to go into when you ski in that final.
Like I said, I'm like, oh, you could play it safe, but like we mentioned, you have an advantage when you qualify first. So let's see what Cassie has for us here. Is she gonna up it all? All right, mirroring it with the back-to-back 9s flawlessly. This air to fakie. Coming in switch. Switch 360 mute grab. A massive flare. Is she gonna do another flare, or is she gonna give us the 1080 right now? Yes. Yep, stopped it. 1080, no problem. Mom's stoked, daughter's stoked. She doesn't really know what's going on, but
it's just a giant whir of light and sound for her right now, but she's having a good time. She's smiling.
She is. That's what it's all about. Wow, Cassie, great run. Here's her first 900 reaching back for the tail. Mirroring that to the left. I want to see the height meter. She definitely, Cassie is known for definitely having great amplitude in a half pipe. We'll see if that bumps her up.
As we said, she's already in, so 87, that'll bump her up 1 spot. So the good news is you don't have to ski first when you go into the final.
Also true.
Well, for now. We'll see, because Amy just got bumped down to that 4th spot, so she's up next, so she gets a chance to answer back here. And then we have Zoe Atkin, who was in the top spot. She now sits in that number 2 position. But again, the story right now, our final 4 is set.
All right, Amy. Let's see if those squats pay off in run number 2.
Don't tangle with the snow fence this time around, Amy.
Once again, I'm probably going to highlight this every time, but that dropping and switch, she's the only female tonight to be doing that with a beautiful switch 9, the only female in the field to be throwing that trick as well. Holding on, landing deep on that one. Big flare for us here. All right, the left side 9.
Oh, no.
Oh, not quite holding on.
That's okay. She's still in the final.
Yep.
Still in the final, but she's going to stick with that 83.66 with the fall there. So she's going to have to start us off when we get into the final.
Hey, get the bad ones out of the way, you know?
Yeah, get it out of the way now, because with
dust off the cobwebs.
2 runs in the final, you don't want that to happen. You don't want to be in that number 4 spot when they're handing out medals.
Oh, I keep saying it, but the chocolate medal, no one wants the chocolate medal. Not here at X Games, no way.
So now it just comes down to Zoe here. So does she ski in that number 2 position, or can she jump back up and try to overtake the lead from China's Fengwei Li? So we're going to see Amy Fraser first, Cassie Sharp in the final. What will the ranking be for these two going into that final round?
So I know she has a new trick for us. Is she saving it for the final? But she might want to throw it out now here in the playoffs to bump up to that first place spot.
Being able to go last is such a crucial thing, because you get the last chance to answer back if you need to, or as you said earlier, you get that victory lap.
And she's in the final, so it's also just another good practice attempt. Like, she doesn't need to land this run. So let's see.
12 feet on that first hit.
You're kidding.
12'1" is what the height meter said. No! It's all right. Again, if you're watching this at home, she's in. So Amy Fraser, Cassie Sharp, Zoe Atkin, and now Fengwei Li. That's your top 4. They will ski in that order. They go in reverse order. George Kurzweil, you are absolutely right, sir. Women rule, and they were showcasing that out here tonight. Monster Energy Women's Ski SuperPipe Playoffs. And they're about to rule the final, because they have one more round, or one more go around, I should say, before we hand out some medals. Amy Fraser, Cassie Sharp, Zoe Atkin, and Fengwei Li will have the women's ski SuperPipe final here at X Games Aspen when we come back. Lots of things going on besides the competitions out here this weekend at X Games Aspen. That was a look at the X Fest. So many different cool interactive exhibits and things to check out when you're out here on the mountain. And of course, some of the world's best athletes when it comes to ski and snowboarding. Here, it's a packed house in the corral. Monster Energy Women's Ski SuperPipe Final. Jimmy Coleman here alongside Maggie Boyson. We got Kristen Beat out in the field. And well, we just finished off the playoff round. It was 8 skiers in the field. They each got 2 runs. We cut the field in half, and the top 4 have now advanced to the final. Whatever happens score-wise in that playoff, it's all a clean slate now. We do it all over again. 2 runs out here tonight, Maggie, using a 100-point scale. It's the best run that counts, and hopefully you're walking out of here with a gold medal around your neck here this evening. You got Amy Fraser starting off, Cassie Sharp, Zoe Atkin, and then Fengwei Li, who we have not seen here at the X Games since 2020. She was your top qualifier and the only skier to score in the 90s here tonight.
I'm so excited to see what these girls have in store now for the final. And with 2 runs only, in the past, X Games is usually 3 runs. You only have 2. What I kind of like about this format is it shows a little bit more consistency within the riders. You know, it's definitely technical. It's not our usual X Games format, but that's what we do here at X Games. We switch it up. We like to keep it different. And look at that half pipe. I love when they light it up like this.
That's part of the beauty of these night shows. It's absolutely epic. I mean, they put the light towers up, and you get all the different colored lights, and I mean, it is quite the spectacle. I mean, it looks awesome on TV, but it makes the hair on your arm, it makes the back of your neck just tickle. Yeah,
it doesn't get old every year.
And that is how we do it to kick off Monster Energy Women's Ski SuperPipe. We saw the playoffs. It's the final. 2 more runs apiece for each one of these women in the quest for some X Games hardware out here tonight. We're going to start it off with Amy Fraser. She's a bronze medalist from just last year. She finished out just on the outside of the podium looking in 2023, looking to add another medal to her hardware case here tonight.
She started off with a heater of a run. Hey, she had barely any pipe left on her last hit, held on, ran into the fencing. The energy was wild. But let's see, I'm so excited for Amy's run. Dropping in switch. The only girl in the field to be doing this. Starting us with her signatures. Switch 900. Yes, getting it. Into the switch, left 540. Okay, switch, right 7. Showing the judges she can spin both switch, right and left. And here's the right side 900. What does she have at the bottom?
She's running out of rhythm. Oh, she did it again.
She does it again.
That was the danger zone in the playoffs, and she did it again. I mean, she took off at almost the exact same spot.
I mean, for those who might have missed the playoffs, I stopped her and was like, how did you do that? She accredited it to all the squats she's done in the gym. Let's see it all again. And this switch 900, she's the only girl tonight doing this trick. It is so impressive, and I love the fact that she's doing it on her first hit, dropping in switch to this SuperPipe. And then here's...
See if you get the replay on this. Look where she takes off from.
There's no pipe
That's
left.
the last bit of the flat wall.
There is no pipe left. I mean, look at that. Oh, and honestly, holding on. And look at our reactions. I love the replay there.
At least she didn't go into the snow fence this time around.
Yeah, she didn't make that mistake.
It's those squats. So it's a 100-point scale, 84.66 to kick off the first round of 2 here, the women's ski SuperPipe final.
These girls are the best of the best. X Games is invite only. And this is the event that they look forward to every year. This is what they train for, and we are here right now in the finals. It is all or nothing.
So here we go with our first run for Cassie Sharp. She owns 5 total medals in this event. She has 2 gold, 1 silver, and 2 bronze.
Like you said, she is no stranger to this half pipe. And we saw her have an incredible second run in the playoffs that I know she's gonna throw for us right now. Come on, Cassie. All right, right side 900 to start us off, mirroring that with her left.
11'5" on that first wall.
Oh my goodness. Amplitude is king. That's what the judges love. Air to fakie. Switch 360. Yep. Here's her flare. And then, all right, is she gonna do the 1080 for us right now? Yes.
Down.
Yes.
That was 12 feet. On her last hit, she went the high at 12'1". That was the last. You do your highest hit on the last wall of your run?
I mean, it is the biggest rotation, the biggest trick of her entire run. So, I mean, hey, you might as well make it the biggest air as well. Wow, incredible first run.
First hit was 11.5, if memory serves, but to go over 12 on the last hit.
And a credit to her, like, she definitely lost a little bit of amplitude in the middle of the pipe, but was able to find it again and give us a massive run. And here's that 1080 with the 12-foot hit. Wow. That was awesome. And I know she's attempted a 1260 before. I'm curious, maybe she'll throw that out for us tonight, but we'll see what this score is.
88.33 for Cassie Sharp. That's almost 4 full points ahead of Amy Frazier.
Look at that excitement from her. We have not seen her here at the X Games since 2021, and now she has an adorable little daughter. Her mom's babysitting, talking with the coaches, you know, maybe figuring out what she needs to dial in for run 2 to get a higher score.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the last time we saw her was in 2021, and she walked away with a silver medal that year, so trying to earn her spot to take home another medal here in 2025. So now we take our first look in the finals here at Zoe Atkin. This was your silver medalist last year here in Aspen. She took a gold medal here 2 years ago in 2023.
I know she's hungry for another gold. Let's see what she's got for us here in store. Always starting us off with this massive 540 mute grab to the left.
12'6" on that 5.
That is the biggest hit of the night, I think, from any of these ladies. Big 720.
Oh, she had a squat. She hangs on.
She just knows, like, once again out here, the fluidity of the run and execution is everything. The judges here, they are critical, and you need to be doing these runs to perfection. But she's got one more chance, but, I mean, pressure's on when you don't land your first run, Jimmy.
take another look here with the follow cam.
It is so big. Over 12.5 feet. Wow. And then that beautiful right side, 720.
Yeah, that puts the pressure on you. We only get 2 runs in the finals there, so she's going to have to get it done in a run number 2 here. We've got your top qualifier still to come, but first let's check in with Kristen.
Before the start of the finals, I checked in with Feng Wei. She said, I am so nervous right now. I said, why, girl? You're crushing it. She said, this is such a big event. It's so big. I'm so nervous. I'm shaking. But guys, it doesn't look like it. She is on it tonight.
Yes, she is. And you could see it right there. She was doing, you know, a lot of people before their runs, they'll do that visualization. Wow, that's a hard word sometimes. And she was prepping it. She's dialing in. I love that these females, you know, they take their time up here. You have to get in the right mental headspace to be able to physically perform at your highest level.
This was your top qualifier out of the playoffs. This is China's Feng Wei Li.
Starting us off with a big air to fakie mute grab. Love seeing it. Switch right down the pipe 5. Into the switch left 720. Oh, and a massive 9!
Just went a little too deep into the lower transition there.
Oh, like
So it's going to come down to that second run for her as well.
Yeah, like I mentioned, execution, that is a top thing that the judges are looking at out here. And she just knows, like when you bobble on a landing or anything like that, your run, unfortunately, I hate to say it, it's kind of a scratch. I mean, you never know. Always hang on, try your best. But these females are out here to land their best runs to perfection.
So that'll put her in that bronze spot as of right now. So round 1 of 2 here in the women's ski SuperPipe final is in the books. We are set to go back up to the top of the order. They all get one more run at this before we hand out the medals. It's Cassie Sharp sitting in that top spot so right now. So again, we had a field at 8. We had a playoff round where they all got 2 runs. We cut the field in half and then run them in reverse order as to how they qualified. So the top qualifier, which was Feng Wei Li, who we just saw, she's going to get the ski last again in this order. So it all comes down to this last round of runs here, Maggie.
I think I just saw someone tweet out or something like that. First time tuning into the X Games, and I'm amazed by these women. They are absolutely incredible, and like I mentioned earlier, you are seeing the best of the best here at X Games only.
We start off round number 2 once again with Amy Frazier. She got a bronze medal here last year. Her prior appearance in 2023, she had to settle for 4th.
All right, Amy. Yes. Switch down the pipe 9. Oh, switch 540. Oh, it looks like she got a little caught up in the transition.
She got a weird landing off that first hit.
She did, but she's still going for it, which I love to see. Never give up. That is something my old teammate Devin Logan used to tell me. She's got a medal in this event. But yeah, like I mentioned, that wasn't quite the run she was looking for, but she is in second, and hopefully it holds in the top 3.
Yeah, it was that first wall. We see it on the replay. Like she got a little loose.
Yeah, this is a really technical trick, and I think just a little bit under-rotated and landing low. And once again, yeah, just the overall fluidity of the run and the flat bottom in the half pipe is super important.
Well, she's going to have to hope that 84.66 is going to hold up for a medal.
Oh,
1 down, 3 to go.
Man, I forget with these finals now cut down to 4, they go pretty quickly. And here we have Cassie, our top leader.
88.33. She owns 5 total medals in this event. 2 gold, 1 silver, 2 bronze. Sitting in a potential 3rd gold medal as of right now.
And
2018 Winter Olympic gold medalist.
yeah, and she has a silver from 2022. Here she goes.
She's in for her 2nd final attempt.
All right. Right side 900, mirroring it to the left. Wow, look at that amplitude on both of those 9s. Air to fakie, into our switch 3. Okay, flare. All right. Oh no, just a little bit of an over rotation. That run was definitely a little bit cleaner than her first. But she's still in the top spot. She's just got to hope that it holds on.
She was at 10 foot and some change on that first wall, and she boosted on the second one and almost went 11 and a half.
I mean, that's so impressive. To do back-to-back nines with that amount of amplitude, I love to see it, and I know the judges do too.
Well, she too is going to have to ride this one out and see if that 88.33 is going to be enough to hold on for that gold medal. You got Zoe Atkin coming up next. She is outside of the medal. She had to settle for a 34.33. Got her in the last spot here in the finals. Remember, she's your gold medalist from 2023. She got a silver last year. It is the best run that counts out here in the final.
Oh, my nerves are going. I know what it feels like to not land your first run and only have 2 attempts. The pressure is on. Look at her, yep, dialing it in, taking her time, taking her deep breaths.
Yeah, you just have to shake off what happened in that last run and just get that laser focus when you're staring down that pipe.
You absolutely do. That's what it's all about. Yep, stay in the present. Control what you can control. All right. Yep, here it is. Huge and beautiful. 540. Here's that 7. That's where she bobbled on her first run. She's got it. Switch 7. Okay, the run is shaping up. Right side 540. Alley-oop. Okay, this is her last hit.
One more hit to go.
She's got it. Come on.
No.
Oh. I mean, oh, I just...
She went 13 feet for her highest air. 13 feet, 11 inches. That's the highest air that we've seen out here tonight.
Definitely the highest air. Sorry, I'm caught up on that last hit.
I was going to say.
Such a good run, but...
I was going to ask you to critique that. With the landing on that last hit, how critical is that going to be?
I mean, that run was flawless, and she usually has that tricks bolts. And I mean, the judges, they will dock you on that. It's about overall fluidity of the run, although the top of her run was incredible. I mean, I think it will bump her into third just because, you know, everyone else kind of had a bobble, but it still landed.
Look at Salema's reaction over on the host. He's like, no, come on, he knows on that last hit.
The last hit to kind of have a bobble, it's crushing. 68.
Now we play the waiting game. So it's 68, so you called it. So that'll overtake Feng Wei Li and bump her down to 4th. So, yeah, you're sitting in a bronze medal. You know what? The 68's not your friend at that point. So this was your top qualifier in the playoffs. Feng Wei Li, she was the only skier to score in the 90s in that playoff in order to earn the right to ski last year. That's your current leader. That's Cassie Sharp right there sitting in the top spot with an 88.33.
Man, we'll see. I'm
curious. Talk about pressure.
It's making me go crazy over here. I mean, we'll see what she does. Does she just want to put down a run and get a medal? Or is she going to give it all she has and go for the gold? I mean, that's what I would do. It's the X Games. Easy for me to say. But anyways,
so here we go. It all comes down to this last run from China's Feng Wei Li.
Air to fakie. Okay, great switch. 540 into the switch left. 7. This is where she had her bobble. All right, 540 safety.
Got up to 10.5 there halfway through the run.
And then last hit. Switch right down the pipe. 7. I mean,
it seemed to me, based off what we saw on her in the playoffs, she started that off a little conservative and then kind of got it back together in the middle of the run.
I think so. I mean, I don't think it was as clean as her playoffs run. I don't think we'll see a score in the 90s. I'm not a judge. No one hold me accountable for that. But we'll see where it ends her up on the leaderboard. I'm thinking... Oh, I don't want to say. I'm not a judge. I'm not a judge. What am I doing trying to put people in places? But super, super excited. Pressure on, and she landed. Let's see. Here's her last hit. Switch right. Yeah, she just did that a little bit cleaner on the playoffs run, but still stomped. I mean, the judges are taking their time.
Yeah, when those scores take a while to come in. So that's your currently Cassie Sharp waiting to see the reveal here, and it's going to be, she's in 4th. What's the score going to be for this run? And an 86.66. It'll jump her into the medals, but it's not going to overtake that top spot. That means Cassie Sharp, you are Women's Ski SuperPipe Gold in Aspen 2025.
We have not seen Cassie in the X Games SuperPipe since 2021, and she comes back and wins the gold, and she has her daughter here. Anyone who has baby fever, don't look.
Let's send it down to Kristen.
Congratulations, your mother taking baby Luella right now. 3 generations of women here to watch Cassie Sharp win her 3rd X Games gold medal. I'm almost in tears right now. Cassie, you told me being a mother changes everything. How does it change this gold medal winning moment?
It's been a long road back, and I'm speechless. I can't believe it. I'm over the moon, and I'm so grateful.
What was it like to have Luella here watching all of this with your mom?
It's so fun. It changes, like when I'm mad and I'm not landing something, you come down, you got a cute little baby smiling at you. It just mood flipper.
What motivated that amazing SuperPipe run we saw from you?
I mean, I just wanted to come out swinging. It's the X Games!
And you did it! Congratulations, girl!
6 total medals for her overall, her 3rd gold. She also owns a silver and 2 bronze. That is the first medal for China's Fengwei Li right there. Congratulations to her. She was your top qualifier, but I mean, talk about pressure coming back on that last run and then walking out of here with the silver. And then, of course, Amy Frazier, she's going to go home with bronze medals 2 years in a row out here in Aspen in women's ski SuperPipe.
Such an incredible show from these ladies. I mean, the progression is unbelievable. Love, love, love it. Congratulations to all of them.
The women were pushing the level of progression out here tonight. We saw big spins, we saw impressive heights, but when it's all said and done, it was Cassie Sharp.
I mean, look at that 1080.
Walking away with her 3rd gold. We'll be back with the awards when we return to Aspen.